You suck at Lagiacrus. Lagiacrus Zapper III has made its grand return to Monster Hunter Wilds and will absolutely slam you if you don't know what you're doing. So, here's to help with that if you're still having issues with the big shock rock himself. As usual, going from before the hunt, there's not much here to note. Against 9-star, make sure you've got a solid defense. Any Thunder Res helps, but also isn't really that needed. If you find yourself getting stunned a lot, that's likely due to the Thunder Blade, since some weapons not only get stun buildup from their defense, but also the Blight, making it pretty much always a one slip up into a stun, which usually causes a card. Now when hunting our resident shocker agent, it's important to remember its levels of charge, being no charge, charging, and charged. At the start of hunts and after ending charge state, Laggy will lack most of its electric capabilities, only having access to thunder farts and balls with no electric effects on any physical moves. When charging, you'll see a slight glow on its back spikes, and it'll get small electric effects on its physical moves. Nothing too much to note here, but keep an eye on its back when it does fully charge. Once Laggy is charging and enters a neutral state, say after an attack, it can become fully charged, which is indicated by the thunder chaining across its back. This croc flips into fucking sports mode during this state, getting better thunder effects, making some moves hit double, which can mess up perfect blocks and iframes. It also unlocks what I consider its two EX moves, Tesla Coil into hip check and bigger thunder fart. You'll be able to get Laggy out of the state if you wail on him enough, however if you don't do enough damage quick enough, it'll do an even stronger version of the big thunder fart, causing a lot more thunder strikes nearby and not having a temporary wound opening. However, it will lose the charge state after this move. Try to not get caught by the bigger moves. Flash pods can help a lot with this, and utilize other defensive options when one fails, such as perfect blocking a charged hip check. When it comes to hit checks in particular, move in the direction of Laggy's head, which can be done with a lot of moves that can set up bigger damage opportunities after a double hip check. Now while you can't ignore the existence of the underwater phase in the arena, you'll have to deal with it whenever you aren't blessed with that. Baiting Laggy under the boulders is top priority, but there's a good range to sit at too. You'll find it naturally enough, but be just far enough away where Laggy wants to charge, but if it does choose to shoot a Thunderball, you can catch the temporary wound if it shows. For shooting the slinger shots, just try to line it up as much as you can from head to tail, nothing revolutionary here. Make sure that you keep Laggy relatively close to the wall in between the two boulders as to get a load of extra damage and an extended topple upon leaving the water. Other than that, practice makes perfect. Learn to fight with your weapon and experiment with new options all the time. You might find a really effective route against a tricky move sequence.